Football is full of hatred. We hate other fan bases, we hate other players, we hate other clubs. But one club is seen as more hated than the rest of Europe. However, why are they hated? Well, I just want to state for legal reasons, this is all just the opinion of people universally. We're just coming in objectively to see if they are the most hated club in Europe and why they are, and explore the reasons. Anyway, this is sort of the reason at hand and in question. It's an energy drink. Others are available. It just is. This is the best one, though. It is. Look, they're not technically Red Bull Leipzig, which everyone calls them. They're actually called Rasenballsport Leipzig, because German law doesn't allow football clubs to be named after corporations. So, you know, still technically they're called Lawn Sports Leipzig. Here's some history. They were previously SSV Markenstadt, a team in Germany's 5th division. The history of that old club has been completely wiped out. They were bought out by Red Bull in 2009. They changed the name, the kit and the crest. However, once again, their name is technically Leipzig Lawn Ball Sport if you translate it to English. I mean, look at the badge. It's clearly about lawn ball sports, isn't it? Clearly. Their philosophy in existence has always been as something that German football doesn't stand for. Made for commercial reasons rather than sporting ones. This involves something called the 50+1 rule, which is very key to German football, but we'll speak more about that later. It took them 7 years to go from the 5th tier to the 1st tier. This should be seen as like a one-of-a-kind footballing fairy tale story, but it's not. In fact, when they won promotion to the Bundesliga, several protests were held, some turned violent. Dynamo Dresden supporters even threw a severed bull's head on the pitch. How do you get a severed bull's head into a football stadium? How? Anyway, it's time to do some digging. What are RB Leipzig like as a club? What's it like to be a fan of them? And what is a match day like for them? And is the hatred justified and merited? Let's do this. Welcome to AwayDays and welcome to exploring Europe's most hated football club. Ben, welcome to Germany. We're currently in Berlin. Yep. How you feeling?
Very excited.
First away day of 2024-25 for you?
Yeah, when you invited me to the Europe's most hated club, I thought, nice. Little trip to Leeds. That'll be alright, won't it?
Yeah, also there's a Leeds Red Bull link as well. Right, we're now on the train from Berlin to Leipzig, so let's talk about the 50+1 rule we spoke about earlier and why it makes Leipzig hated in Germany. Not just because of the Red Bull link, but why they're hated because of the 50+1 rule. Here's a very quick lesson from me. For those who don't know, the 50+1 rule means that clubs at all times should have at least 50% of their own voting rights, which protects the fans and members of that club from being taken over and swallowed by external investors, like, you know, the Premier League, for example. However, Leipzig is seen as being a club who strategically navigate their way around the 50+1 rule by doing some very interesting things. RB Leipzig have supposedly historically navigated this by making the barrier to entry to become a member of their club so much harder than any of the other clubs in Germany, with higher fees and loads of other entry requirements, which mean they have smaller members, most of which are employees of Red Bull, which means technically, you know, the club is more than 50% owned by Red Bull because the members who are the other 50% are also Red Bull staff, allegedly. This doesn't feel authentic because German football is about the opposite to this. So you can tell where they're hated in Germany and then outside of Germany too. There's a quick lesson on the 50+1 rule. Let's get to Leipzig before I annoy everyone else on this train by talking. Ben was just swearing at me off camera. He's been really horrible. He's going on. We have just arrived in Leipzig. It is a glorious evening. It's the day before the game. I have never heard anyone. Just hear the noise. I really don't think Mike just put. That's the loudest burp I've ever heard. Never heard it. I've never heard of anyone talk about going to Leipzig. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out tonight. We're going to go find somewhere, get some food. We're going to try and we're on AwayDays now. We're trying to tell you more about why we're going to places. And also set the scene. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two. F*** off, LSU. Learn a thing or two from this. Also, we're going to try and really soak ourselves into the local place, do the best tourist attraction at that place, go to the best restaurant, and we're also just going to find out more about the club. And yeah, I'm stop waffling. So let's explore Leipzig.
On that note, find a pub to watch Leeds.
Red Bull Leeds. Tell you what, Ben. First impressions of Leipzig. If it's all like the train station, Christ.
Yeah, I mean, it's very modern, isn't it?
It's always the fun moment of truth, this, isn't it? To see what I've cooked up for us in terms of a hotel. I feel like I've done new season. I feel like the budget can go up slightly. So they said just hold it on the door.
And then press the blue button.
No, I'm bringing my own room. Just make it. Right, hold this. Why do things make? Why they got to do it so awkward? Just make a room.
Why not just put a lock on a door?
Not to be a dick, do you see a button?
He said it was on there.
I can't get in the room, Ben. I'm not going back down. Please just let me. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh my god, you've done it. What? Oh, I've got a pillow chocolate.
Window.
Got Haribo's actually, it's not pillow chocolate. And also, twin beds, which is disappointing, but we can push them. Oh, we are together.
Haribo's a nice touch.
Classy touch. The smallest bag of Haribo you've ever seen. If my thumb was a Haribo. You know what we should do over in Germany? Yep. Kebab. You can see overlaid the kebab. This looks very good. I want to talk about the big debate in the last episode of AwayDays. People were talking about the facial hair on me. It's staying, all right? Deal with it. Ben, how's your kebab?
It's unbelievable.
Yep. You know what would really be good to wash it down with? A nice refreshing glass of Red Bull. This video is sponsored by... A striker's just scored a 90th minute winner in front of the away end. Ice in the veins. Ice in the bloody veins. Or... Oh, don't do that. Had you ever heard that there was another club here called Lokomotiv Leipzig? Never heard of them. It looks to me like they've got a good fan base. Never heard of the club.
Learn something new every day.
Do you know what they call a goose that runs across Africa?
No.
The hardest geezer. This city is genuinely beautiful. And what? I never thought this would come in. I'm quite a German skeptic in terms of like spending a month here for the Euros. Didn't really enjoy it that much. Leipzig's amazing. Ben, please join in.
Play Wonderwall. What, that? You want me to join in that?
Would you do it? Oh, he's now part of it. We're now in the main square of Leipzig. We've had fun. It's a really cool place actually. I'm really enjoying being here. It's really like historic. We're gonna have a fully look round tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, let's get to sleep and we'll see you then. Come on. Morning.
Morning.
Game day. Breakfast. Go. I can smell eggs. So embarrassing when someone wears the same shirt as you. You know, but if you also want to look lovely, AwayDays X Unique Clothing, X Unique. There you go. On sale now. Lots of shirts, a hoodie, a bucket hat. Get it. It's for limited times only. One thing I will say walking around Leipzig is that for me, usually when you go to like a big European city, especially Germany, you see a lot of people in the local team's shirts, scarves and stuff in windows. I'm not seeing that at all here. Interested to see what the match day, I'm really intrigued to see what a match day experience here is going to be like, because I'm someone who thinks ultras culture is quite overrated. Cancel me. Go to the worst version of that. What's that going to be like? Well, Ben, this is the best rated tourist attraction in Leipzig.
It's an office block.
It is Panorama Tower. Yeah, I'm a bit underwhelmed as well. It's not the first time my tower has underwhelmed someone. We're trying to find an entrance to this tower. Just on a... How weird do you think we look to other people just walking around in two matching purple t-shirts?
You've got a choice to change. I haven't.
I've been asked to change many a time. I never did.
No.
And now look at me. The top rated tourist attraction just can't be... It can't just be a restaurant that's high in the sky. What's that bloke doing? How many places have we been in Germany so far that don't accept card? The main tourist attraction here. Also, if anyone's new here, we do get to football eventually. the main tourist attraction here doesn't accept card. It's not like it's a barber who's trying to just funnel someone and not pay the right tax. It's a f***ing big building. Who are you hiding tax from? Angela? She's still in charge? Merkel?
Yeah, no.
Who is? Oh, you're not going to know, are you? Oh, that's quite easy to get to, Tokyo, New York. We were wrong, by the way. Also, Ben, I just want to note here, you need cash to get into the main tourist attraction. However, if you have card, you can buy cigarettes. So it's good they're up to date on that, isn't it? Everywhere we go, it just haunts us. It just haunts us. Here we go. We're stood up the Leipzig Tower. It's very windy up here at the Leipzig Tower. I just want to say quickly, if you play at the Red Bull Arena, you have to buy your shirts from the Red Bull shop and you're sponsored by Red Bull. Sort of hard to claim you're not linked to the sports drink. Probably, isn't it? Let's keep looking around the tower and then we're going to head towards the stadium. And I'm really intrigued to see what... I just have no idea what we're going to experience today. Probably football. Interestingly, it's just called Arena Leipzig on here. Although oh no, it's not. It's called the... We're trying to, like I told you, trying to find some sort of information on AwayDays this season. It just already stopped, Ellis. Me and Ben had decided it's quite early, so we're going to get to the stadium by just using our own... We saw where the stadium was in the distance, so we're just going to walk there. Also, if this video hits 10,000 likes, we will do a video where Alfie drops us in the middle of nowhere with no phones or anything, and we have to try and find a football game. I think that's going to be a fun video. We'd love to do that. So 10,000 likes and we'll do that. We'll do it in the UK, and then if that does well, we'll do it in Europe as well. Alfie will be able to drop us anywhere blindfolded and we'll go to a game. But now it's a 40-minute walk, apparently, according to maps. But we've not got maps on now. And we're just going to try and find our way there, just off of memory. It's a young club, Leipzig. So when we get there, I want to interview some fans and ask them their opinion on the notion of them being hated, which I'm sure is going to go down really well. I think we have to go that way. Ben is adamant we've got to go that way. I don't believe you. I think the Red Bull Arena's over there. I'm genuinely not winding you up. If we're wrong, it's on you. We're going your way. Concluded that Ben was right initially.
But you think it's left of the tower?
No, I think it's right at the tower. I think we'll go that way. I mean, I was wrong initially, so once again, anyone who's new here, I promise you we are now walking to a football match. I promise. If you want us to overreact, to go, yeah, mug. There's other channels that do that. To the surprise of absolutely no one, we've been walking for 45 minutes. The walk to the stadium was 40 minutes. If we'd have just took maps, and I've literally no idea where we are.
I reckon through that park.
All right. Look, if we're near the stadium, which I think is very unlikely, why is there no signs for it? Where are we? In Narnia? Mr. Tumnus RB. For God's sake, where are we? I mean, this is beautiful, by the way. Where are we, Ben? I think you might be right here, Ben. I think there might be light at the end of the tunnel. There's a big sign here. What could the sign possibly be for?
There's a pitch.
There's a pitch, yeah, but that's not really relevant, is it?
We're getting close.
How does that make... Why?
Honestly, we're getting close. Pitches outside Wembley. There's pitches outside Carroll Road.
Right, we're adamant this is going to be it. Ben, it's a rose garden.
Rose and tap. See that up the tower when I was looking at maps. So, in terms of where we need to go, the zoo's on our right, we know that. We know the stadium is to the left. Just come on.
I know obviously this is all fun and games and we're not checking our phones and that's fun. But at what point do we just admit we're lost in a forest in Germany? Ben, one of your football sticker signs is a QR code titled tax fraud. So, Ben, I think we might have... It took us over double the time to get near any semblance of what could be a ground. Are these about to be signs for an energy drink? Please be flags. For an energy drink. Oh, what? Oh, f*** off. Where are we? Oh my God, Ben. It's there. There it is. Oh. Well, Ben, here we are. You know what we should do first? Let's go find a club shop. My main question for Ben I've been asking is, do you reckon they sell Red Bull in the store? And also, do you reckon they sell Red Bull in the stadium? I don't think I've ever been to a football stadium where you can buy Red Bull. That's interesting. There's a Danny Olmo t-shirt on sale here. It gives you wings inside it. Just to go back to the 50+1 conversation we had earlier. Tell you what though, Ben, this third shirt is actually really nice. Red Bull Leipzig Fire thing. You can buy Red Bull in the store. All of the flavours. Being very honest, especially looking in the club shop, I struggle to get this club existing in Germany. You know what I mean? Like where fan culture is so pure. We need to speak to some fans. And look, I'm certainly someone who isn't here to tell people what they should and shouldn't enjoy. I'm more just confused as to how they have fans from the older generation, because the club's only existed since 2000. I mean, it's technically, yeah, they wiped all the history of the old club. This club has only existed since 2009. So how is there any fan in their like mid to late 40s onwards, you know? How has that happened? We found some Bochum fans. First of all, thoughts on RB Leipzig?
Because they have no tradition, they're paid for playing in the first league, and yeah, that's what's the other clubs hate.
It's weird because the club isn't very old, but it's got old fans. Why do they have fans who are older? Is it glory hunting or what?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
So what is it like being an RB Leipzig fan?
It's amazing. it's a great town. It's a great team. It's a young history, but the history starts now.
Amazing. And obviously there are some other German clubs have a negative view of RB Leipzig.
Yes.
What do you make of that as a fan of the club?
I live with it. It's my team, and I stand behind them. I'm fine with it.
The answer of, they're my team, I stand by them. You've charmed me. You've just good answer. Still not having it, but it's a good answer. Other clubs in Germany have a bit of a negative view of RB Leipzig. How do you feel about that?
We don't care.
You don't care?
We don't care.
I think they don't like us because of our tradition, or because we have no tradition. But I think every club starts everywhere at the ground of something, and I think in Leipzig we have the nice basement to start a great thing, and Leipzig could be a big club. And yes.
Yeah, have a great day. Enjoy. Great to meet you. Have a good one.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you so much. He said ciao ciao. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I said at the end of my video, say ciao ciao bye.
Oh, did he think we were Italian?
We're far too ugly to be Italian. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic, Ben. Right, let's get into the stadium. I quite like the rebuttal of the Red Bull, the Rasenball Sport Leipzig fans saying, look, we don't care if people don't like us, we're a young club. No one mentioned the elephant in the room as to why they've got no tradition. No one mentioned it. Interesting. I have no idea what the atmosphere is going to be like in that side of the stadium today. And we'll talk, there's the elephant in the room as well. People are going to be like, why did you not do RB Salzburg? They took over another club as well. The difference being, RB Leipzig did the same thing and also negate the 50+1 rule, which when I tweeted out, people said that makes them worse than RB Salzburg. I can't not comment on it. It's not woolly, it's 33 degrees in a woolly hat. What is that all about? A lot of steps, like Rocky getting up to this stadium. Jesus Christ, the steps, by the way. Tell you what, I'm not a fan of a lot of food in football stadiums. So get me a bratwurst around my lips now. There's no point in doing that viewing tower. You go just as high to get to the stadium. Look at that. Well, you'll see it overlaid on your screen. The stadium's sick. It's a sick stadium. Can we get two bratwurst, please? Get 2-0 Red Bulls, please. Thank you. Cheers to RB Leipzig. It's a big boy in it. It's a big boy. It's good. I don't know why people think this is just a club used to market Red Bull. I don't know where that idea comes from. Personally, can't see where on earth they're getting that from. So let's actually do our pre-match thoughts. Oh, by the way, the cookie they do here, it's the best cookie I've ever had in my life, and I've had many a cookie. I don't know what the atmosphere is going to be like here. They've got an ultra section. Everyone we've met has been lovely, right? I didn't expect them to not be. I didn't think they're going to go, oh, off, don't drink Monster. I just thought, I don't know how to feel about what we're about to witness. I don't know. I think it could be a very sanitised match day experience.
You can only judge it on what we're seeing so far. And so far, let's be honest, both been impressed.
Stadium's lovely. I mean, yeah, you'd expect to see this in the Premier League, maybe, someone rock up in another team's shirt. Like I went to a Sunderland game in a PSG shirt. But an Erdegaard shirt at a Bundesliga game? No. Ben, how fortunate is it that there was a person who was born named RB Leipzig that he'd then be able to play for them and then be on the back of the shirt? Oh, you do have two eyes.
Yeah, unlike what Alfie says, and my haircut is alright.
Gibbs' hair, even with 4 eyes, you can't tell that haircut looks shit.
Moving on. The good thing about this stadium is you're able just to walk down. We've gone down it here now. We're just exploring, traipsing around. Now look at this. You can just go and just have a little bit of a better view of the ground. Ben, what were you just saying about the pre-match playlist?
It's not very good, really. I thought they'd go more
so-called RB. That's the joke. Tell you what they are ahead of the curve at. It's a hot day, it's 30 degrees. They've got ice creams. He's got a Magnum. I've got a Calippo, a lime one. How would a lime drink have wheat in it? Why do you need to specify you're gluten-free? Ceremonial pre-match spray of Red Bull on the pitch. Not to be negative, I am going to be. First home game of the season, not sold out. What's that all about? No one stood up, I stood up, that's embarrassing. In the Bochum end, there is an anti-RB flag there. Also, apparently anti-selling out your away allocation on your first game of the season as well, lads. Really good effort. Right, so the game's just kicked off. Bear in mind, this is the first game of the season. They're at home. We're 30 seconds in. I'm not going to say anything, listen. But it's like, you expect like a roar or something. Really weird. It does not feel like we're in Germany at all. It feels like we're in a pre-season friendly. Also, I think this stand that I'm looking at right now is probably the most evident for how many empty seats there are. You should not be able to see. You should really not be able to see the white of that Red Bull logo. Yeah, you can see so much of it. Also, I might be wrong here. It doesn't look like Leipzig have ultras. I feel like they should be behind this goal here, but they've certainly not got anyone leading it. They've not got like a capo leading all the chant. It's so odd. It's just such an odd experience for Germany. Also, that noise you can hear is not. The noise you can hear is over there. It's the Bochum fans. This is more like it. The ultras have just turned up. What is that all about? There must be a reason they've done that. What could they possibly be protesting against? You're the ultras of a club made for an energy drink. What could they have done that's annoyed you enough to turn up late? So. Back-to-back blocks. It's like me on Hinge. Right, so half time. You know what it feels like to me, Ben? An MLS game. And to be fair, most of the MLS has more history than this. These are formed in 2009. The MLS started in 97, I think. And most of the MLS sides have more history, and I think you can tell. We can get into which is the healthiest way to engage with football, whether it's life or death or whatever, but it doesn't feel like anyone here really cares about the result. You know what I mean? Which is like an American viewpoint we've had. And that feels healthier to engage with it, but it doesn't feel like there's love. The thing you need, and you can force success, you can buy success, you can buy you can buy everything, you can buy the fancy stadium. You can't buy love. You can't do it. Regardless of what they tell you in Thailand. I'll tell you what is quite nice. You can just sort of leave the stadium and sit down at half time. It's a very good family club.
It's good for you.
What family have I got?
No,
I'm going to come in with my mum, am I? She wouldn't find the stadium. She'd be in a bar somewhere. Just a wider point I want to make, Ben. Thoughts on the away following from Bochum for their first game of the season?
Well, it's a 4-hour drive here. It's a round trip. That's how it works.
Plymouth fans sell out their allocation away at Sunderland, and that's the other end of England.
How many people is that?
I think they sell at 3,000 sometimes. It's the top division of Germany, and everyone always bangs on about German fan culture being amazing.
What's your opinion? What's your opinions on the
effort? That's my opinion. Thank you. Ben's nodding his head, by the way. We're in a queue for a drink. I think Leipzig might have just scored, for God's sake. Yay. That's so annoying. Once again, we've been in this queue for 20 minutes. For God's sake, this stupid channel. Ben just made a really good point. When is the last time on away days have we ever seen like a really impressive comeback or a really crazy game?
Genuinely, we haven't.
Why do we always just get bad games? There's going to be a red card for Leipzig here. with 6 minutes to go. We might actually have a game in around here. He's doing the usual thing of trying to pretend to be injured to avoid a red card. Full time, RB Leipzig 1, Bochum 0. Really curious to see the full-time thanking to the fans. It's quite a big deal here. The full-time celebrations are led by a bull. So I don't actually hate that. Oh, he's got 09 on the back of him to show the year founded. This is really weird, isn't it? Really weird. There he is, Bull Man. Ben, I thought it'd be good to end the trip at the top-rated restaurant in Leipzig on TripAdvisor.
Rated.
Top rated. Let's go inside, let's get some food.
How many ratings? Because it might be
Like 6,000 reviews. Like, yeah, it's like people like this place. Also, Ben, don't say I never take you anywhere nice. I think I take you to nicer places than I take any other person I've ever taken.
Well, thank you.
You get better dates than anyone else in my life. This is AwayDays. Here we go, Ben. Pick your poison. Cheers to Leipzig. It's nice, right?
Yeah, it's good.
It's beer. Is that what it tastes like? It tastes like beer.
Let's get another one.
Oh, ooh. Cancel us now for being beta males. I've gone for a raspberry sour beer. Ben's gone for a Coke beer. And the worst part about it is we'd both prefer a cocktail. We've done it because you just get a vodka Coke if you like the taste of Coke. I could just get a raspberry flavoured cocktail. But, social norms and standards.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, not Red Bull. Or a nice cold glass of Budweiser. No idea what on earth this is, but Jesus Christ. Maybe I was wrong with German cuisine, you've charmed me. That is unreal. There you go, Ben, gone for a sensible main, beef roulade.
Yeah.
I've gone for a bit of pork the size of a dinosaur, apparently.
Bit. It's a pound.
A pound of pork.
A pound of pork.
Ben, the day is done. Our time in Germany is done.
Damn.
Let me get home and debrief. RB Leipzig. What was I think it was like, I think I said at half time, very MLS feel to me. Didn't feel like I was at a Bundesliga game. But also it's a young club and the fans don't really seem to care that they're hated. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And also let me know if we should do the world's most hated football club. And let me know suggestions for that as well. There's got to be some that are awful, right? Also, quickly before we go, please subscribe if you're new around here. I feel like we have a really big community, so it'd be good if you could subscribe if you can. We really appreciate it. Ciao, ciao. Bye.